All right, kings and queens, one of the beautiful ladies was asking me how to coexist with negative energy. Let's set the fundamentals and set the tone. First and foremost, if there is no enemy on the interior, there cannot be an enemy on the exterior. Let me repeat that. If there is no internal enemy, there is no external enemy. Meaning we are divine, blissful beings, right? We inhabit this body purely for the human experience. And the whole delusion of humanity is that you believe that you are this body. You believe that you are this body. You believe that you are your thoughts. And you believe that you are this personality, which people invest so much time, energy, and attention into. Granted, I understand we've all been fooled that way. We've all been tricked that way. And that's the way in which they profiteer from us. That's the way in which they keep us enslaved, is to have us believing that we are the ego, which we are clearly not. So, secondly, what I need you to remember is, when you build yourself up energetically, spiritually, and consciously, you know how to obscure your ways around the way in which 99% of people move around you, because a lot of people live on a super low vibration. Secondly, everything that you do is to lower your vibration. The language you speak right now lowers your vibration. The stuff that you're watching lowers your vibration. The food that you eat lowers your vibration. Can you see how it's systematic? It's systematic oppression. It's meaning like the enemy is never going to come to you with a gun to your head and tell you do X, Y, and Z. It's promoted to you as a form of entertainment, as a form of love, or as a form of, being socially desirable, as you always hear me say, which if you are consciously aware, you will see that the social norms are purely just ways that they keep us controlled. It's control, right? This is all just a game of control. However, you have to realize that they have no power over you until you start to grant them power. Until you start to open yourself up vibrationally and energetically, that's when people can start attacking you. That's when people can start siphoning and leeching off of your energy. So to answer your question, my dear, listen, you have to remember that everyone is responsible for their own level of consciousness. Everyone is responsible for their own energy. Everyone is responsible for that which they entertain up here. And hence the best way to detach from engaging in the gossip, engaging in the comments that people make about you, the judgments and the labels and the little criticisms, is to, number one, remember that these people in and of themselves are unhappy within themselves. No one who's content, fulfilled, loving and kind has to even engage negatively in someone else's life. So that's number one, right? Just realize that they themselves are on a super low vibration, and the only way that they can extract any joy and happiness from life is to put other people down. So you have to accept that and then also forgive them, which I know it isn't easy, but that's just the way in which you grow consciously, understanding that everyone is on their own evolutionary journey of consciousness. Secondly, what I need you to do is build your energy up, as you always hear me say, and I'm really going to break it down in this video. So what I need you to do is the removal of negatives, right? The removal of WEED, the removal of alcohol, the removal of PRON, right? I'm going to say in obscure ways so they don't mute these videos. I need you to remove certain friends that you know deep down don't have your best interest. They don't do things that align with you vibrationally. Remove them. There's nothing to lose in today's day and age, right? If it's bringing you down, consciously, if it's taken away from your life, remove these people. Yeah? No, we're not playing any games. We're not wasting any more time. So that's the removal of negatives. Number two, what I need you to do is to amplify your aura and your energy. Boost your aura. And you may be thinking, he always says this, but how do I do it? So what I need you to be doing, like I always say, right? Tailor your diet. Eat high vibrational foods, electric foods, foods that come from the ground, foods that are electromagnetically charged by the sun. You see the sun is what gives us life. It charges everything. It charges our bodies. And hence the food that you eat also needs to be electromagnetically charged. We are divine electrical beings. When you have thoughts, these are synapses which are charged by electricity, and hence the food that you eat, not only does it needs to be nutritious, right? It needs to be full of nutrients that are naturally given to us by source, but also charged with electricity, which means fruits, which means vegetables, which means eating things that are organic, which means drinking a lot of water, which means literally just powering up your vessel to its optimum, because garbage in, garbage out. If your vessel isn't at its optimum, your thoughts are not going to be at their optimum, and hence your emotions are not going to be at their optimum, and you're going to start to identify with these low vibrational fields of energy and think that they are you. But the best way you can realize that none of this is you is because as soon as you start to transcend these lower vibrations, you start to live on a way different paradigm. You start to shine, you start to glow. People are all around you trying to, catch on to some of this energy, which shows you that you can change at any time. You can jump back into alignment at any time. It's all up to how you choose to, play this game of vibrational frequency. 3, 6, 9, energy, frequency, and vibration. At this point, all I do is just focus on making sure that everything I do keeps me in alignment and boosts my energy and boosts my frequency. That's it. And hence, I say all that to say this, right? When you've removed all the bullshit, you've removed all the negatives, when you start to do things that amplify your energy and your aura, boost your sense of self-worth, allow you to really skyrocket in consciousness, right? And awareness, and you start to perceive things not only from that one-dimensional sphere where everything is just commerce, material, this person said this, gossip, I need to buy this, I need to buy that. Yo, these are all just those intricate ways that they program us to be rooted in the ego. Once you detach from all that, you start to see, life is way more than what I've been told. There are dimensions of reality that I can access and enter that I have never ever felt before. And I'm getting messages from all over the world from people who are doing semen retention, doing all these different practices, and they're telling me, literally, they're saying that they're ascending. And that's, for me to be the vehicle for your ascension, that's amazing. This is why I make these videos. So you've removed the negatives, right? You start to implement these habits. And what you start to do, you start to realize that the people around you, they themselves live on a super low frequency. And the only way they can extract any joy, like I mentioned before, is to get your energy, right? So you have to be sturdy. You have to be rooted and grounded in your own energy. Is it easy? No. You're going to get poked at. You're going to get attacked. All kinds of shit is going to happen to you. That's what happens when you start to ascend consciously and spiritually. Look, it's very easy to follow the bullshit trends and just live a very mediocre life where you're just pretending, to follow the social norms and just kind of get by. You can be making money. You can be doing all the stuff that people deem to be of a higher standard. But really and truly, until you're living on a paradigm of self-love, self-appreciation, divinity, really seeing the divine all around you, you cannot tell me that you're living on a higher level of consciousness. And that's the only reason you're here. So, guys, let me wrap it up here, yeah? In order for you to really be grounded in your energy and not feel like you're being poked at, and to really be sturdy when shit does hit the fan, when people do come for an attack or try to drain your energy, is for you to, number one, know who and what you are. Know that you are the infinite self. Know that you are beyond this little identity that you've confined your mind to. Number one. Number two, removal of negatives, like I mentioned, right? All these things that I listed, we're removing all of them. Number three, the implementation of things that are going to boost your aura and frequency. I know it starts to sound repetitive, but listen, the truth is basic and it's very simple. You've just been tricked into all of these different views and belief systems and, distractions. That's literally the whole point, is just to constantly distract you from you. Take some time out for yourself, know yourself, love yourself, start to find out the things that deep down you should be working on, certain traumas that you've been avoiding, certain things that that you're using to cope, right? We all have coping mechanisms. We all have engaged in hookup culture. Well, personally, I haven't, but I'm just saying it's all the same thing, whether it's vices, whether it's drugs, whether it's alcohol, whether it's hookup culture, it's all just a form of escapism. And I was there for so long. And the reason I can tell you this with such conviction and, tell you that life beyond that context is so much more beautiful is because I'm living it as we speak. Guys, I really hope that message just really hit home. Take some time out for yourself, love yourself, study yourself, gain and attain knowledge of self. Really start to just appreciate the small things in life. Be grateful. Wake up and tell your mother and your father that you love them. Look, because remember, life is merely a projection of one's mind. Choose to see the beauty and divinity all around you, because it's all around you. You are choosing that which you wish to see. Your awareness is the lens. So hence, let's amplify the lens energetically and vibrationally, and let's put it on the things that we wish to attain, wish to achieve, right? Inwardly and on the external world also. Guys, I really hope that's landed. Peace and power, love and light, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace.